You see, one of the main factors about healing is to give people a lot of space. Our camps, the satsangs here are very intense. When I do it very intense with you, meditation. And then you have a lot of free space in the afternoon to fly around, you know. And then again we come and we sharpen and become intense till the time you sleep. Your mind is very focal, thinking on the blue light of God before you. Don't fritter away the energies of your mind. Don't waste them, for they are precious. And I tell you, do not be disappointed. Sometimes you try to meditate and chant Om Namah Shivaya, but everything else but the thought of Om Namah Shivaya comes in your mind. You're thrown about. How many have had this experience that in spite of you trying to meditate, your thoughts, other thoughts which you do not want, sweep you aside? How many have had this? So all of you are sincere meditators. Those who have not had this, they are telling a lie. Don't believe them and don't keep their company because they are too perfect. So a person who sits on a horse is bound to fall. If you're learning how to ride, you're bound to get injured. If you're learning how to meditate, you're bound to come across these difficulties. These are the scars of an old warrior, which shows that you've been trying through thick and thin. And I tell people, the worse the meditation, the more the rejoicing you should have. Rejoice. And if that's what I'm saying, then you'll tell me, oh Gurunath, that means we should rejoice every day. Because every meditation gets screwed up at some point or the other. But this is bound to happen because you are swimming upstream. You know, there's only a handful of people in America who are practicing the in-depth meditation. There's only a handful of you, 1 in 10 million, who is practicing this in-depth meditation. And therefore you're bound to come across these difficulties. But the good news is this: if you're meditating, you're trying to do the jap of Om Namah Shivaya. And while you're doing the Om Namah Shivaya, a picture of the goddess Saraswati comes. Now she's also a goddess, she's also divine. But still, for the subtler and higher meditation, you should only meditate on the subject of your focus. Your mind substance should gel, and somehow, try as we may, the American word is, we cannot gel the mind. Gel is the word, right? Gel means when it's a liquid, before you form jelly, it's all like liquid. When you put it in the fridge or whatever, then it comes like a slice. It's gelled. So yoga is, in American language, yoga is the practice to gel the mind. And if your mind can gel only on Shiva and nothing else, only on Shiva. This is Shiva. Yes, Parvati. Very correct proportion. Shiva is nothing. Parvati is everything. She is creating the galaxies in a regular sequence. Just bailing them out like this, you know. Like we're making Diwali sweets, you know. Just making laddus and just throwing them out into the... But then when you're focusing on him, suddenly you focus on her. Then you focus on the galaxies. Then you say, oh, which one could be my Milky Way galaxy? This is the Andromeda, this is the Milky Way. And in the Milky Way galaxy, how small you are, then your thoughts get distracted step by step. And then you've gone far away from Shiva, because then you've located your little solar system, your planet, your house in the Bay Area, house in San Francisco and LA. And then in your house is your little dog. You say, oops, where have I gone? From Shiva to my little dog? I've gone from Shiva to my little dog. What's the name of your dog? Say it all at once. Say the name of your dogs. Samadhi, Nirvan, Bhakti, Bhakti Shakti, Samadhi, Nirvan, Puja. Has everybody come? No. You keep noting the thing down, right, Dan? Mm-hmm. In the thing, Yanib's also got it here. You see, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you go to advanced meditation, when you try to bind your mind substance on a particular object, what is concentration? Concentration is binding your mind substance upon a single object, and the mind wanders again and is brought back to the single object. It wanders again and is brought back to the single object. This is called the effort of concentration, to bring your mind back again and again and bind it to the single object of your meditation. Is this description simple enough, or you want me to simplify it more? Aye? Who cannot understand this? To whom is this description new? Raise your hands. Specific. I have not heard it. It's new to me myself. So I would raise my hands. Because concentration is usually defined as, concentration is the faculty of exclusive attention. Who has heard of this? Raise your hands. This is concentration. But this you have not heard of. That concentration is binding the whole of your mind substance upon a single object and bringing it back again and again to that object each time it gets distracted. This is very deep, and you have not heard of this, right? Because you do not know that mind... Okay, only one guy knows it. Mind substance is a vast ocean. Your mind is like the storm, like the Hurricane Katrina. It's not organized, it's not gelled. Your mind is like the Hurricane Katrina. No mind is organized or gelled. That's why we have what is called satsang, sitting in the company of a master, where he sits and you're looking at him. You have a connection with the master, an empathy, a unity with the master. And when you look him eye to eye and he goes into still consciousness, and your mind stills with his mind. Your mind stills into his consciousness. So in 1 minute, in a fraction of a second, he is done with you years of practice, which you cannot get with years of practice, you get in a flash. Aye? Aye. Now, when you practice concentration, concentration is not only focusing your mind on one object. Concentration includes your mind wandering from that object and the effort to bring it back to the focal point of your concentration. This is what you have not heard and known. Aye? Aye. This is never told to you by your teachers. Firstly, in Western education, they don't tell you what is concentration. They just say, come here, pay attention, pay attention. They just say that, right? That's what you know by concentration. Then you know that concentration is focusing on a single object. But that is not concentration alone. Concentration is the bringing the mind back, bringing the wandering mind back again and again and again, like a taught child, bringing it back to the object of your attention. When the mind is totally not wandering and is on the object of attention, it is flowing effortlessly. That is called meditation. Is the distinction clear to you?
Yeah.
Even I thought concentration was when the mind flows on a single object without distraction. So meditation is a deeper concentration.